Hi guys, I'm Rex King. Welcome back to another episode where I review films currently in theaters. And today we're talking about The Equalizer 3. So The Equalizer 3 is the third movie in the Equalizer franchise, directed by Antoine Fuqua and stars Denzel Washington once again as Robert McCall. This time McCall finds himself in Italy after being injured in a job dash hit. I'm really not sure what to call these. Anyway, he just gets injured after taking out some bad guys, finds himself in a small town in Italy, and ends up finding that he's really comfortable in this small town in Italy and thinks he finally found peace. And then the bad guys show up. So, yeah, this town's also apparently being, harassed by the mafia, and now it's up to Robert McCall to show the mafia who's boss. So I love the Equalizer movies. I think both the first and the second movie are really decent. I really like Robert McCall as a character. I like how he's kind of like this force for good, but he's always has this inner turmoil of not really wanting to kill these people, but always wanting to find a peaceful solution. Unfortunately, not really being able to do that. And this movie really shows that. Like, he finally found peace and he doesn't want to break that, and we really feel that through most of the runtime. The only issue I have here is that the story at points gets very convoluted as they add in this other CIA investigator who Robert McCall calls to investigate the people he killed at the beginning of the movie, and she brings up terrorism and stuff, and I honestly didn't care at all about that side plot that was randomly set up for no reason. I cared more about Robert McCall dealing with the fact that he might have found peace, but he still has to bear down on these bad guys to protect that peace he values so much, despite the fact that it is tearing him apart inside. I really felt like if they focused more on that inner turmoil, this film could have been great. Instead, they add this subplot that doesn't really add anything and just makes the story feel very convoluted and pointless at times. The characters, with the exception of Robert McCall, are all one note. I mean, to be fair, this is McCall's movie. This is a film focusing on him. And again, when the movie is focusing on his inner turmoil and his inner thoughts, I really feel like the film is good. It's just a shame that none of the other characters are developed at all. And what to make this worse is the villains in this film, the mafiosos that he's going up against. Yeah, they don't really feel like a threat to McCall. There's nothing that shows that they are legitimately going to be able to take him in a fight. There's nothing here that shows that. So it's just when we finally get to the final confrontation, we're just waiting for McCall to get through these bad guys one by one, and it just kind of is boring. If I want a good movie here, I want characters who feel like they're a threat to our main character. Then we have the performances, and everyone's doing a great job here, but let's be clear. This is Denzel Washington's movie, and he is carrying it on his back for most of the runtime. No one's phoning it in, no one's not giving their best, but he is doing a fantastic job carrying this movie, making me feel invested in his character, and making me semi-invested in the story. And then we have the visuals, and I love Antoine Fuqua's work. I really love watching his films, especially his more action-oriented films. But I'll be honest, this movie, it feels like a misstep. Now, most of his cinematography is brilliant and shows off the art in Italy and shows off the landscape in Italy pretty well. It just, unfortunately, misses the mark when we get to the action scenes, as it goes for a more dark, lit scenes, and he's just as McCall is in the shadows picking these guys off one by one. You really can't make out entirely what's going on, and they're very quick action scenes. It's very much blink and you'll miss it. Now, to be fair, the main point of this particular Equalizer movie isn't the action, but I was really hoping for some decent action scenes. I wasn't hoping the film would be wholeheartedly high octane. I mean, the other two movies weren't, but they had some brilliant shots in them, and this one didn't. The music is alright, pretty standard stuff. A lot of like references to Italian opera, because of course there are. And there's really nothing here I haven't heard before or 100 times. Honestly, it's just kind of fine. And to be fair, that sums up this movie. Equalizer 3 is not a bad movie by any definition of the word. It's just not anything special. It's could have been if they focused more on the inner turmoil that McCall has and built that up as the main plot point, main conflict. But instead, they added a random subplot, no characters that really felt developed other than Robert McCall. It really felt hollow at times. So I'm going to give Equalizer 3 a 5 out of 10. It's just bland. It's not bad. It's not good. It's just bland. Anyway, that's what I thought about the Equalizer 3. What do you think about it? Let me know in the comments below. And if you like this video, like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you next time.